Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, take out the cross spread as always, and also pull the 4 Agreements, Wisdom, and the Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have Cancer, and Cancer is actually your third house of communication, short journeys, and siblings. There will be a full moon in Cancer toward the end of December, so it makes sense to see that come up. Alright, so we have 1. So that would represent your energy in this case, and you guys have Uranus in your sign, have for quite some time now. And let's see, we have Venus. So Venus is actually your ruler, and it's going to be in Libra for the first week or so of December, and then it's going to move into Scorpio. So it'll be moving from your 6th house of work, daily routines, and health into your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. All right, so with that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Queen of Cups, Cancer energy here, and challenging that, we have the Ace of Wands. So what I'm seeing with this, to me, says that there could be something that you need to communicate, but for whatever reason, you don't feel like you're quite ready yet, and there could be forces being exerted on you that make you feel like you should come out and say something. So some of you could even just be bringing out a creative project as well. Multiple ways that could go, but yeah, it definitely looks like there's something you're not quite ready to address yet, and it looks like you're feeling some kind of nudge externally to do so. Alright, in the foundation position, we have the Knight of Wands. So it could just be saying with all the Sagittarius energy that we'll be experiencing through December, that could be part of what's lighting that spark, right? Where you're feeling all of a sudden like there's this a bit of a nudge or a push for you to put something out there. And I will say it doesn't necessarily feel like it would be fully uncomfortable either, but just that you feel like, oh, okay, I'm not quite ready yet, you know? So it is something that I feel like you ultimately do want to do, just not quite yet. Alright. Past position, we have the 9 of Cups. So yeah, this could be pointing to why maybe you had an energy of contentment for a while, right? To where you're like, okay, yeah, even though I have this thing that I'm working on, right, or this thing that I can address, I'm pretty good with where things are now, so I'm not ready to quite go there yet. Alright, in the present position, we have the 9 of Wands. So yeah, more Sagittarius energy here. It could just be saying, like I said again, it feels like now all of a sudden you're feeling a little bit almost pressured to put that thing out there. So even though, again, like I said, it's ultimately something you were working on, something you want to put out there anyway, it just feels like the timeline's getting a little bit squeezed to where you're not comfortable with it, yeah, and at this time. All right, in the near future position, we have the Hermit. So yeah, to me, this represents you guys just really want to look over every last detail, right, before you actually do put it out there. So, I mean, for example, let's say it doesn't necessarily have to be a project, but I'm feeling for a lot of you it is. But let's just say, no matter where you are in the world, December tends to have at least some kind of holidays, right, in almost every culture. So let's say it's something that you need to discuss with a family member, right, and you know you're going to see them during the holidays, and you're like, okay, man, I've been putting this off for a while, but you know what? Now's the time for me to come forward and express what I've been feeling to them, right? So it could just be one of those types of situations there. All right, the position of your influence in a situation, we have the 5 of Cups. So yeah, this could be part of why you're not quite ready yet as well, right? Because maybe you're still processing a disappointment from the past. So again, in a way, that might have even been part of what fueled you on this journey to this point, but you're not quite ready to put it fully behind you and step into the new thing. All right, in the environment position, we have the Lovers. So Gemini energy here, and at the time of recording this, we haven't had that full moon in Gemini yet. So for some of you, maybe it's pointing to that as far as the timeline where things might start to shift for you a little bit. But yeah, seeing this here could just be saying that there could be things behind the scenes that are really nudging you forward. So I feel like this is saying if you are feeling some kind of forces exerting on you that tell you, hey, this is the time to do it, I feel like it's saying that it's guided spiritually, you know. And it could also be saying that there could be someone in your corner, in your environment, that would actually be willing to help you get this thing done as well. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the King of Wands. So, naturally, you would think of this as a hope initially, right? But for some of you, it might even be a fear too, right? So maybe you might feel that, okay, if you come through with whatever the situation is that you've been working on, it might actually elevate you in some way. But that might be something that you shy away from to an extent. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this again goes back to what I was saying before, to where it feels like you're going to feel like you're just not quite ready yet, right? We see, looks like that pentacle is just out of that person's reach. So it's one of those things where you feel like, okay, I'm really close, but I'm just not ready yet. So that could just be how you're feeling as we move through the rest of December. And I mean, we will have a Mercury retrograde in December as well, so that probably won't help matters much, right? So if you feel like, okay, it's getting close, but now all of a sudden I want to review all these things again, right? Just one last time, make sure that they're really good to go. So that could be what's at play for some of you as well. All right, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. So I will say, with this in mind, especially if it is a career thing, I would say if there is some kind of idea that you've been working on, right, you feel like it's really going to be successful, I would be very careful with who I share that information with at this time, because if you do, you know, say it to someone casually in your environment, they might actually try to take the idea and run with it. So just keep that in mind, right? So if you are certain that you're like, look, I'm just not ready to put it out there yet, at least keep it under wraps so someone else doesn't take the idea and run with it. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Assume Nothing. Okay, it says in any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we think, and we don't have to say what we want. We assume they are going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we want, we feel hurt and think, how could you do that? You should know. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, and definitely, again, calls me back to the reminder that we will have the Mercury retrograde in December, so definitely not a good time for assumptions at all, right? So just be on the lookout for that. For your Wisdom Oracle card, we have Fork in the Road. There's the artwork, and the number is 13. Okay, central meanings says time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The Oracle's message: every choice is a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. So yeah, to me that last sentence was definitely key, right? If you are feeling some kind of doubt, to me, because it says that no matter which path you do ultimately decide to go on, it will benefit you in some way anyway. So hopefully that gives you comfort there. The relationship message says you've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love or to remain isolated? To go deeper and commit to mutual passion or to walk away? This is the time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you want to do, invest, and give. Then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with the relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. This didn't necessarily feel like a relationship type of spread, unless this is just more of you guys holding back expressing your feelings for someone. That's certainly a possibility, but if that's the case, hopefully that resonated. The prosperity message says you've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction. For the way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you toward your well-being. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. So I hope that resonated. And then lastly, we have a Mudra for you guys. This is your Mudra here. It's the Hamsi Mudra. The keyword for it is illumination. Right. And there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says removes obstacles in one's life, eases depression and sadness, evokes feelings of lightness and laughter, benefits the lungs and the large intestine, improves assimilation of nutrients and elimination of waste. So if that sounds like a Mudra reading will be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description of the video as always. Hope you guys have a good holiday season. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.